It's been a nice day, so I thought I'd go out for a ride. Here I am coming back from Bethgelert towards Pennygorod and then over Penna Pass, down Llanberis Pass. I'm pointing out there, that's the Watkin Path all the way up Snowdon, famous for it being used on Carry On Up the Khyber, filmed many years ago. William Gladstone went up there as well, and there's a memorial somewhere up there. And I was pontificating at this point, I'm wondering if Henry Cole, when he's been up here on some of his motorcycle adventures, has actually been up there to pay a bit of a homage to his ancestors. Anyway, that was just a by the by. So here we are, we're riding along. And I decided I'm going to give the monkey a little bit of a spanking. Not a big one, just a bit of a tickle. We'll see how we get on. Do you know, this bike really surprises me. It is only tiny. It could do with more power, like all motorcycles could always have more power. I'm sure you'll all agree. But I think you'll be surprised just how this bike copes with the traffic. We're coming up to Llyn Gwynant now. The youth hostel, for those that like youth hosteling, is going to be on the right hand side to us. And we'll be seeing the lake coming up on the left, with lots of people using it for water sports activities, whether that be kayaking, swimming, stand-up paddle boarding, or whatever. I don't know. This bike, I really haven't got used to riding it yet. It's amazing. It's got so much more grip and performance cornering wise than I actually expected. I really have got to get to grips with that, and it's amazing me. During this ride I was having a bit of a moan, really, probably. There's so much kerfuffle going on about these 20 limits. Now we've just been in Bethgelert, and going through the most of Bethgelert, you're not getting above 10-15 miles an hour because of pedestrians and other traffic. So why 20 should be a problem to most people, I can't quite fathom out. And this is the point. And it was made to me a long time ago by, of all things, a driving examiner in Norwich, of all places. That, isn't it surprising how, although we have a 30 limit, just how little time you can spend at 30 overall. So in reality, it's not going to make much difference. Now, I was taking a tour of chaps from the West Country out, and if you look at Saddlebags video, YouTube channel I should say, you'd actually see that he's doing very good coverage of it, I must say, and I hardly recommend you watch it. But on the final day, I think it was, of when I was guiding them round, we got stuck. There'd been an accident. It caused us a hold up in excess of an hour. Would that accident have happened had the 30 been down to 20? We can't, in all honesty, say. But in reality, you know, 30 seconds here or there, which is literally the difference it might make, really. If you compare that to the fact that we lost an hour in one trip, and that's not the first time it's happened to me. I've actually had 4-hour delay getting to where we live. Oh, did you see that? Yeah, that's someone, looks like they've gone over the cliff. I don't know anything about it, but it looks like it. Yeah, anyway, back to what I was wittering on about. Having a 4-hour delay to get to my house, it's a no-brainer. That was actually in a 30 limit. Caused that just down the road from us. So if you put it all into perspective, no, it's really nothing to get worried about. And I think a lot of people who should really know better are trying to make political points out of it. As regards, will it make difference to people's journeys? No, it won't really make any difference. Roads like this aren't going to be set at a 20 limit, and I can see them going down to 50s, but the reason they'll go down to 50s is because people keep throwing themselves at the scenery, as we've just sort of seen earlier. I think the road was closed for about 6 to 8 hours for that. But yeah, as you can see, that the little monkey storming up this pass. I love this pass. It's a very popular one, and in a minute I'm going to hazard a guess that we might even see an ice cream van at Snowdonia Viewpoint. I think I was going to go and take a photo of the bike there, just to be like every other bod and take a photo at Snowdonia Viewpoint with it, and then because it was crowded I decided not to. But there you go, ice cream van, always there, nice ice creams, Mr. Whippy style, very nice, very pleasant. Anyway, I carried on having a ride. I can't believe the weather, it's gorgeous, isn't it? This year's been one of the worst for many years. Now, this stretch I backed off for some reason. Had I been a little bit less focused on getting an ice cream, I probably would have gone through here quite a bit quicker, much nearer the speed limit. Now, please take note, if you are coming up here, there's lots of these clearway signs, and they say they will tow vehicles away. They will tow vehicles away, and yes, it is a clearway. And the reason for that is that it is a regular bus route. And also you get holiday coaches on this bit during summer. And if people start parking on the sides of the roads, yeah, we end up having all sorts of problems. And we get lots of hold-ups. And yeah, it's an absolute nightmare. This is all paid parking, which you have to use. Right, so we're going to be turning left here. Hotel ahead of us, I think I've mentioned it before, it's got a lot of artefacts to do with early Everest expeditions. The people in high-vis there's a sports event taking place. I think I'm not sure whether it's running or cycling. Still in a clearway zone, and that runs all the way down until you get to Nantes Paris. Now, you'll see what you might think are dodgy overtakes, and just to let you know, and I want to reassure you, I am planning well in advance. I've put some notes up on the screen to give you a couple of indications of where or when I'm looking right down the road. And I'm looking further than you're actually getting to see in these shots because of the GoPro not giving that distance. For example, as I come out the bend, I'm already checking what traffic is coming up. Sorry, going down, I should say, from the summit. You've got a good line of sight there of what's there, and you can keep an eye on whether it's likely to be any wildlife up there as well. So the big bike in front is going for it. So I'm going to give it a quick squirt. As you see, the monkey can just dispatch that with no problem. That cone has been there for a good couple of days. I knew all the cones were there. They're there to try and deter people parking. And I didn't twig that. I was coming the other way in a car. It was like, oh, behind me. That's good. And it was to protect some damaged tarmac that I think had been repaired, or the repair had failed. I'm not sure which. So here we are. Car parking there at Penna Pass is only usable by booking. And if you have a look here, there's someone getting a ticket there. That'll almost certainly get towed away quite quick. As you can see, it's causing a hold up. Okay, so now this section of road coming down to Lambert Pass. You've got to keep good eyes on the curb sides and well ahead. Okay, and if you do that, you can actually be planning for possible opportunities a lot earlier than you otherwise would. and you'll notice the bike in front was prepared quite well. He's got more power than me, so he's obviously gone quicker. I'm assuming it's a he. If it's a lady, I do apologise. But you'll notice while I'm behind this van that I do tuck in and look up the insides as well as the outsides. Key thing to do, particularly along here, because you will find all sorts of animals and people walking up and down, and yeah, it can be quite chaotic. Oh look, there's a person there. And of course they're all wearing high vis, so you can easily see them, can't you? I already know what I'm doing at this point, subject to nothing changing obviously, and you'll see I'll soon start closing right in. I am already planning, I've been planning for a while, and it'll be coming out of this bend. However, I've seen the pedestrians, so I'm going to take it slightly earlier than otherwise would. You can actually take it earlier than that, but of course you're taking a risk then of sheep that you can't see coming up the hill. So that's why I left it as late as I could and then got rid of it. And you'll see that we can then make reasonable progress. Only on a little 125, but we are making good progress. Not taking it too close to the sides there, because we want to make sure we're not going to hit any walkers. Over the bridge through the twisties. Coming down to the boulders. I hate coming up here in a vehicle. I don't mind on a bike, but in a van it's horrible because they still stick out in the road. We've got a nice view ahead, nice and clear. We can see there's no issues with the parked cars. We're coming down. Those Harleys I saw on a previous video, and yeah, doing quite well. And I must say, this is where, you know, the monkey. You've noticed that I've quite easily caught the bigger bike. I couldn't get past them, but genuinely I did feel that I was easily comfortable at their pace, and had I wished and wanted to break the law, I could have ridden a lot faster. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching this. Don't worry about the 20s in Wales, as I say, and hope you can see that the monkey can acquit itself rather well. I'll see you again soon. Bye.